In 2009, according to Adoption Rhode Island statistics, there are 333 children waiting to be adopted. That's 333 parents without children without parents. And I'm proud to say that in 2009, I was able to decrease that number by one, but by a little bit, but it was one. I'm Ryan Sherman, and this is my beautiful little sister, Carissa. Stay up. All right. I never imagined having a sister. Growing up with two brothers was something that was always there for me. I've always had them. I've always been good friends with them. Until September of 2009, my parents approached us with the idea of adopting a little girl, and we obliged. We happily obliged to this. She's obviously biracial, and she was deemed hard to place by Adoption Rhode Island because of her disabilities. They're not physical, but they're more mental, such as like ADHD and oppositional disorder. I never thought that a little girl, could change my life completely and make me so much more independent and mature than I was. The independence part was very huge. I was very reliable on my mom and my dad. My mom was the biggest person in my life at the time, and I always went to her for everything, whether it was typing an essay. I couldn't type on the computer, so she would type the essay for me. I would have a hard time understanding and comprehending books, so she would read the book out loud to me. And that was really big until my sister came, which she took a lot of my parents' time, so I had to learn to adapt to that and cope with all those things. Maturity was also a problem for me. I was a very obnoxious kid. I was all over the place, and I was liked by people, but not as many as I would have liked to have been. But I realized that because of her needs and her problems, I needed to set an example for her in order for her to understand what it's like to grow up in a normal household and be a good, positive member of society. And I also had to understand her background, which was very tough. She always bounced around from foster home to foster home. And luckily, we got her in between foster homes, so we got her pretty quickly. Overall, she's been a huge impact on my life. I could not pick another person. I would say, other than my mom, she is the next person that made the biggest impact in my life. And I really appreciate her for that. And because of the independence and maturity, I'm able to overcome all these obstacles that I probably wouldn't have been able to before. Like living on my own per se at college and being able to completely finish a full year of college without basically failing out or dropping out. So overall, she is probably the best thing that has happened to me in my life, and I really